Hi everyone, I'm back, and this time I have a guest with me.
Hello everybody, I'm Natalie.
Yeah, I just felt like it would be fun to spruce things up and have somebody on the podcast with me, and I feel like our conversations, Natalie and I, are just super fun. It's gonna be like gossiping about boys. This is basically a bunch of red flags that if you ever see or notice these things, you should just run the other way. And I tried to come up with things that aren't very typical, like, oh, be nice to people, be respectful. I try to go beyond that.
I made my red flags not just with boys because I do just relationships in general, and I didn't want to do red flags for boys because I do have a boyfriend. I feel like all of them would be directed to him. Not true. That he has any red flags right now. Maybe when earlier in the relationship, but they are about my boyfriend because he does the green flags. So if he didn't do the green flags, then that would be a red flag. It's also how I thought of it too.
Yeah, and I don't have a boyfriend, so I just said whatever I wanted to say. And hopefully if there's people listening to this who have been in my past, they don't like make the association that this is about them. But if they do, that's good because they're self-aware.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, when I listen to your podcast, I'm like, fudge. Is she talking about me?
I think there's some things I say, but they're too general. Mm-hmm. So it's like everybody does, even myself. But like in this case, they're very specific.
Oh God.
So besides the point, let's get started. All right, my first thing. I need to read them first. I'm scared of what I said. I actually wrote these down like 2 weeks ago, so I don't remember.
Is that the last part of it? That's all?
Mm-hmm. No, this is the last part.
Oh.
Of 3 pages.
Oh, shit.
Front and back. 23 items. But I might not say all 23, depending on how I feel about them today. Okay. This one's not really a red flag about a person because they're like bad. I feel like it's super important that you align with that person fundamentally in your life goals and beliefs. If you don't agree with the same political group and that's something that you really care about, or if you know that in the future you want to move to Europe but they don't want to live there, that should be a red flag that you should just not put in too much effort for that relationship because it's most likely not going to go well.
Mm-hmm. Do you think like the politics part, that's like a big thing for you?
No,
because like sometimes that you guys can have different beliefs, then you guys are like, okay, like you guys are like agree to disagree.
Yeah. But I feel like strongly.
You're not like super extreme racist.
Yeah. If they're like, for example, I fundamentally believe in like trying foods and like being very open to different cultures and trying different things like that. But if they're very picky and like closed off, like I cannot handle them. Mm-hmm. And I already know it won't go well.
Yeah.
That one's more light, but like there's other ones that are more serious. Living with your parents. Like what do you want to do with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a red flag if somebody asks you what do you like about them and you can't give them like a solid answer that you would use to describe a friend. Does that make sense? So like if you were to describe like what's a good friend to you, those kinds of genuine reasons, if you can't apply those same reasons to that person that you like, then I don't think it's a good fit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, he's nice or she's nice. She's funny. Yeah, but like what else is there? It's like not enough.
Like you need more like specific stuff about the person that you notice that they do and that stands out.
Yeah.
That's true. Because then it's just surface level.
But you know the book 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo? Mm-hmm. Okay, spoiler. The main character who writes the book, right? And don't tell me too much because I haven't finished it. She was dating David, and David comes back to the apartment, and then he's like, we have to be back together. Mm-hmm. We will make it work. But she's like, you just want to be back together to make it work, but there's no genuine reason for why it's me that you want me to stay. Ooh, and like, I remember that is like what I'm trying to say here.
That's a good one. I forgot that happened in the book. I was so mad at that part. I was like, this dude.
He treats you like he treats everyone else, so you don't feel like you're special, and it's a little bit confusing.
That's true.
I think that's a red flag.
That is a red flag, because you're supposed to be special.
Because then it's just like what makes me your girlfriend or boyfriend.
You're supposed to like see something, another side of him that nobody else gets to see. Who is that about?
He like texts everyone else the same way.
Yeah,
like,
that's...
Like everyone gets his jacket somehow.
Like, you said that example of the jacket thing, oh, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he's listening.
Oh, true. Okay, whatever.
I would just like, if I choose to keep it, I'll just bleep out his name.
My first one isn't as deep. A lot of mine, it's like blurry line between red flag and ick, to be honest. Like, I don't know if it's an ick or a red flag, but it's when the guy's feed on Instagram, the Explore page, or like TikTok For You page is just full of girls. Oh. I think that's a red flag. Not that, again, disclaimer, not that my boyfriend has that, but guys who have that means they're just looking at a bunch of girls' pictures all the time. Some girls might be okay with that, but the ones that are a little bit more insecure are like, why are these guys looking at so many girls' pictures of girls? And I know if I was in the dating scene and I saw that, I'd be like, ooh, no, I don't want to. Do they just see a girl and that's all they think of?
Yeah, like that's an object, like
exactly
outside, and nothing else.
Yeah, so that was one of my red flags. If I saw that, I'd be disgusted.
Wait, I actually put that for one of mine. Oh. It was if they follow questionable people on social media. If like you look at their followers and they're
Andrew Tate.
Yeah, they follow like just
and like a bunch of girls or something.
But like not just like girls. It's like if they follow weird
Donald
like
Trump.
Shit. Yeah, like if they follow like weird accounts. It's just that's like true. They're weird. Okay, let me see.
Stop going through them. Just read them.
I'm sorry. Okay, it's a red flag if they have no hobbies or passions outside of work.
I'm just laughing because I know who it's about.
Yeah, girl or guy, right? And their only personality is work. I feel that's a huge ick. Because usually it means they're relying on a system to literally tell them what to do.
And from like what people are passionate about, you get passionate about it too. You like learn about it because how passionate the person is.
Yeah.
I just watched La La Land yesterday again with Vincent.
Yeah.
And that's what she was saying. I was like, true. She was like, people love things that people are passionate about because he was passionate about jazz.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie. Vincent loved it too.
The first time I watched it, I didn't like it.
Same.
Yeah, I wasn't in the mood. How is everyone telling me this is good?
I know.
And then the second time, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. And I cried.
That's why whenever I don't like a movie, but everybody's saying it's good, I'm like, I watched it wrong the first time.
Yeah.
I have to watch it again.
Like, you have to be in the mood for a musical to watch a musical. If they forget really important or big facts about you, then that's a huge red flag. It obviously means they don't care enough about you to like remember and use their headspace for you. And they probably only care about themselves. And sometimes I've done this before. Like, it's hard to keep track of everything. And usually when I do that, it's because I don't like them enough. Don't take it personally, though. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But also, some people just have a hard time remembering stuff. Not that that's an excuse, because if you really like the person, then you'll just remember and make a point to remember. But yeah, that is a big red flag.
Okay. Next one is if you have to convince yourself or if you have to force a perspective to get yourself to like them. I feel like that's my subconscious telling me this is not the person for you, and it's really easy to like push it down and try to make things work because that's just how we are as humans. Like, we try to make things easier for us and better for ourselves, even if it doesn't work out for us right away, which is good. But then in this case, for relationships, I think you should just listen to it, to those signs, and just let it go. Mm-hmm. So it's not really a red flag about the person, but it's like a red flags where like your body is telling you things. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You might have this one too.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh. Is if he has a girl best friend. Wait, can I not say that?
You can say it. Girl best friend or really good friends with his ex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. But sometimes in cases, fine, if you really trust the person, okay. Again, some girls are more secure and like okay with it, but I don't think I'd be able to do that. Not that that situation is always a red flag, but to me, I think it's a red flag. And especially if they put the girl best friend over your cares and needs and they put them first, then I think that is a red flag, because then you're always going to be thinking like, oh, what's going on?
Another red flag is if they're too obsessed with you, if they're too clingy and they give you too much affection, like way too fast and early on. It's just weird. It just turns you into like you're put on a pedestal, and like I don't think you really should. There should be one person on a pedestal in a relationship. That makes that person who's obsessed with the other person less of a person in a way. Mm-hmm. And it's just not attractive. It's just such an ick. So it's like a red flag, an ick, everything for that one.
Mm-hmm. Wait, are you just saying in the beginning of like a relationship or just overall?
Just overall. Maybe it's because I don't like to be suffocated, or like maybe it's because I need time alone, even though I'm dating somebody. Again, this is not for everyone, because I know some people who've dated people and they said they loved each other in like a second, and they worked out. They've been together forever.
Yeah.
So
I can see your point though.
Yeah.
Every single red flag you're saying, I'm like, is that me? This one's strange. I don't know if it's an ick or red flag, but when a guy posts a specific type of selfie,
describe it.
I don't know, just any, like, if you're out with like a night out with the guys and they're like, oh, take a quick pic of me, then that one's fine. Like, that's like a selfie. But if they're like in their room and they just like take a selfie front camera and post it, I don't know.
Because usually, I mean, those type of people don't just post one. They post, like,
there's like so many selfies on their feed. It's like, dang. And it's okay if girls do it. I don't know. It's when guys do it. Honestly, yeah. I saw a TikTok today and it was like, when girls post like thirst traps and like they're so pretty, and you go girl. But then when guys post thirst traps, they just immediately become ugly. Like, it's just a red flag. That means like they're really conceited about themselves.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like that.
I don't know why either.
I feel like some girls can make those types of pictures pretty trashy.
Yeah,
but like, it's harder for a girl to do so. But usually when guys just do it, period, it's just like,
it's just weird.
It's also an ick. It's just so icky.
I know. I feel like judgmental, but I don't know. It just gives me a feeling where it's just like, man, why?
A red flag. They're all red flags. What am I saying? This red flag. Okay. If you have an ick about them, but they keep coming up and they stick in your head really early on, and they just keep sticking in your head, this is a red flag that your subconscious is trying to tell you you don't like them enough. Because usually when I really liked somebody, I would always look over those faults. Like, I would just be like rose-colored glasses kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then when I start seeing these icks and I'm reminded about them, and every time I see them and I just start cringing, it usually tells me I don't like them enough.
That's true.
If they have a bad relationship with their mom, or if they're a mama's boy. I don't know if it's the same for the other sex. Like, I wouldn't be able to know. But like, that is, you should run very, very fast. I know of a friend who dated a mama's boy, and he chose the mom a million times over the girl, and she was just forgotten. And just imagine having that scenario when you're like married. That's hard.
That is hard.
Yeah, and if you have a bad relationship with your mom, what the heck? She's your mom. Like, she took care of you.
But unless...
Yeah, there's some like traumatic shit going on there. Last one for this part. If they're a bad conversationalist.
Ugh.
Yeah, if you feel like you're putting in all the effort, or they're just really bad at asking questions, they're not even asking questions, and they're just talking about themselves, that's not going to be fun, down the line.
Boring.
Yeah, imagine when you're like really, really old, and you know how you imagine old couples like just walking together in the park? Like, are you just going to walk in silence?
God, and it's so annoying when you're just trying to pull some words out of somebody's mouth, and you're the only one talking, and they're just giving you one-word answers or something. Yeah. It's like, dude, I only have 2 more left.
Okay. Okay. If he or she is not emotionally mature, or is not willing to be more vulnerable.
Dang, okay, never mind. I have one left.
God dang
That was one of mine.
This one was more common,
but
so I had a feeling.
I worded it differently. I just said if he doesn't cry.
Like, he's never cried in general,
just like,
or
he's
doesn't
like,
cry in front of you?
Just in general. Like, how can you just be so out of touch with your emotions that you just never want to cry?
Okay. Never cried. I was like, yeah, he just never cries.
Maybe you guys weren't that far into your relationship where he would be like crying a bunch.
It was like almost 2 years.
Oh, I mean, that's just with guys and like their pride, and probably with like masculinity and people calling them.
Yeah, but even girls, like in like Wednesday, how she just never cried. Like, she's a red flag. That's a red flag. Like, she is not good for relationships, and that's one of the reasons why she just doesn't cry. If they have no close friends or a close friend group.
Oh, like, that's good.
Where's your support group? Can you not handle friends, or can they not handle you? It just, like, are you sure you're okay?
And that means that person can't form like deep, genuine connections.
That's good. Yeah, that's so true.
I know.
As we're talking about them more and more, I'm like, wow, if I had known these things, I really would not have dated any of the people I dated. If he or she is stingy with their money when it comes to you, and they're making a decent paycheck. So it's like, they're not dirt poor, okay? So it's like, what are they spending their money on? Like, are you not worth like a little bit of it? It would make me nervous because it's like, in the future, when financial things are like a huge matter when it comes to living with somebody, marrying someone, whatever, that's going to come up even more and be even more important. So if it's like in the beginning, you can't even pay for someone's meal or like split the meal or something like that, that's concerning.
Yeah, I was that red flag. Maybe I still am stingy, but I'm getting better, at least with my relationship. I did have enough money where I had to like show him that I can also pay for him as well. Yeah.
But there's like some people who just like, you can tell like they're super hesitant. Okay, on the money thing, I think I just went on a thread with money. If they're bad at managing money for themselves, bad. No. That's not good. That's just, yeah, because
then if you want to future with each other, you have to be responsible, because then it's going to be like joint money. Yeah. And then they're going to have to pay some of the stuff if you get like an apartment, and if they have no money and they're just spending it on stupid stuff.
Yeah. I feel like money is probably the biggest thing that makes relationships end, from what I've heard. This is like anecdotal, not even like statistic wise, so I have no idea. If they're not open to trying things that you like or like doing. So it's like, hopefully they're not listening, but like, for example, if I say I really like this one artist and they shut you down, like that is so mean. Like, I like them for a reason, and it's not going to affect you that bad if I like them, so don't shut me down. I feel like sometimes the people I've dated, they like certain unique things that I really am just not into, and I'll be like, no, like whatever you want. I'm very like go with the flow. And like, so I really like it when people do the same back to me. It annoys me. It's like a huge red flag when people won't do the same. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah. God, I've wasted so much time sometimes doing certain things, and I'm like, I just don't like this. And the only reason why I'm doing it is because you like it.
But when you do those things, do you end up liking it, or are you just kind of bored?
It's just okay, but like it's nice because I like the fact that they're enjoying it. For example, there's like shows I watch with certain people, and I've never watched it. After I stopped dating or talking to them, I've never watched another episode.
Mine is when he makes you feel like it's a burden to help you out with something.
That one's good.
I thought of this one because, sorry, I keep talking about my boyfriend, Vincent, but it's because he does the green flag version. When he helps me with something, he's always really, really happy and enjoys to help me with it. Yeah. When we went snowboarding, he stayed with me the entire time, and he just watched me fall the entire time. He would be like, okay, I'll go snowboard down to this point and you meet me right there. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And he just stayed with me the entire time, and he was really happy to help and like watch me learn and everything, when he could have just like left me. But it was nice. Sorry, I don't mean that you guys left me.
No.
I don't care if you guys
No, because in the moment I was like, oh, I really want to stay with you, because I remember when I was in that position and I really wanted that guidance. But then also I was like, I'm so happy that Vincent was there.
But honestly, if he wasn't there and you guys went, I would have been like 100% completely fine with that. Because I'm learning. I'm just literally falling over and over and over again. What are you guys gonna do? Just watch me? Yeah, if it makes it you feel like a burden when he's helping you or she's helping you, that sucks. Because then you just don't want to ask for help, and you're kind of like tiptoeing, like, oh, can you help me with this? And they're like, ugh, fine. Like,
I hate that.
And it's the best when they like really want to help you. Like, I love asking him stuff because he'll just be happy helping me. Maybe
I've asked people for help, and I could tell like I was putting a burden on them. I was like, God, I tried everything to not ask you for help. Like, I need this help.
Exactly.
Like, I wouldn't, and these people know I never asked for help, so just help me.
That was my last one.
Yeah, best for last. It's a red flag if the person doesn't make any effort to support or cheer you on whenever you're successful or you are doing something you're passionate about, even if you're failing at that passion. But if you know that, if they know you love doing it, I think they should be by your side. And it's a red flag if they don't, or if they're like jealous of you when you're successful.
That's real bad. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I definitely can't imagine.
Really? With a guy or a friend?
Both.
That's so sad. I feel bad for everybody who's deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of different if they sit you down. They're kind of like more realistic with you, you know?
There's one to like criticize and like give feedback, but there's another to be like not even there for you. Like, let's say you write a book, like they don't even read the book.
Yeah, that's like, so messed up.
Just one word, space cadet. Super red flag if they just space out. I'm a space cadet, so I like my partner to be the not space cadet. You can't have two space cadets in a relationship. Also, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, a space cadet is somebody who just like forgets things easily or aren't really like present most of the time.
I agree. Sometimes I'm the space cadet. Sometimes
it's just nice to be able to be the space cadet sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes he's the space cadet too.
That's the best. The best is when you both can be space cadets sometimes.
And sometimes you like spaz. You're like, oh, I'm worried. The other person's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Like this.
That's what you need sometimes. And vice versa.
Yeah.
But if both of you are like, it's not going to be good. Like imagine having like kids with that person. And you guys are both freaking out.
Sorry, I keep talking about Vincent.
No.
But like, I'm so super. I tell him this all the time. Whenever I'm at the grocery store, I don't know. Grocery stores are like super, super stressful for me for some reason. But whenever, like when I first went grocery shopping with him, I thought he'd just be like tagging along and like kind of just like next to me. But he was like on top of it. He's like, oh wait, it's here, and he'd like look for me and everything. And I'm just like getting stressed out because I can't find it. And he was very good. And I was at that point, I was like, wow, you're gonna go grocery shopping with me like all my life. I'm happy that you're like this.
Yeah.
And that I'm spazzing, but you're calmer.
Okay, this one, I don't know if this is just a male like thing that makes a male. It's a red flag when they stop putting in effort or give you less effort when you guys start being exclusive. Oh my god.
I think it's honestly a wave.
I hate that. The wave can happen, but the wave should not be 10 feet high. Okay, last one. I don't even know if this is good for the last one. Let me read it. Oh yeah, this one's pretty good. It's a red flag if they don't respect your privacy and alone time. So you should have time to yourself to do what you love to do and what the other person loves to do, but then also enjoy time together.
Sometimes I feel like I'm that person. Like I always want to hang out. I like doing the same things he does. So when he goes hangs out with the guys, I want to tag along, but not because I want to hang out with him, but because I want to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
I need to stop thinking about what other people think of me, because I feel like when I go, the guys are like, oh my god, she just wants to hang out with Vincent and like be with him 24/7. I know he tells me like, oh, the guys don't think that, but deep down they think I'm that girlfriend who always wants to be with him. But truly, because they go bowling and I want to go bowling. Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay.
I don't know what from that is going to be included, but thanks for listening. If you relate to anything, let us know somehow. Again, I don't know how people communicate when they like make podcasts. There's no like comment section.
There's not?
No. Anyways, thanks for listening.
Thank you. Bye.